Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are watching this show. Thank you for being here. My name is Rick Gutierrez. I'm the Managing Launch Director for BNI Global, and this is BNI Now, the one and only show dedicated to our BNI members to come on the show and talk about their business and tell us all about their great products and services. And we're excited to have a great list of BNI members that are going to be here today. But you know, we have many new people that are watching this show live right now, and they're probably wondering, what is this guy talking about? What is this BNI? What are these initials? BNI, what do they stand for? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it. BNI stands for Business Network International, and it is the world's largest referral networking organization, where we have now over 10,000 chapters around the world. And after 36 years of existence, we now have presence in over 70 countries. And you know, having presence around the world allows us to pass referrals from one member to another. Because the way that BNI works is very simple. We only allow one member per profession per chapter, which means that there's no competition within your chapter. You're the only one that represents your industry. Now, talk about using your marketing dollars in a more creative, more effective way. I think it's pretty cool. So, with that being said, 70 countries around the world, over 10,000 chapters, creeping up on 300,000 members around the world that generated $16.3 billion in thank you for closed business. Now, thank you for closed business means that this is the business that was generated via referrals that BNI members were able to pass from one to another. They pass referrals because, one, you see them every week, so you know them, you like them, and you trust them to take care of your clients, and that's why you pass referrals to our BNI members. So they're able to close business, and in 2020, through a pandemic, in a virtual setting, $16.3 billion that was generated in thank you for closed business. That is huge. That means employers keeping their doors open, keeping employees working, and you know, being able to provide for their families and whatnot. So it's a great organization, and it's a great way to get here. For more information, we would like for you guys to visit our global website, which is bni.com, and look up the tab that says Find a Meeting. In your local area, you will find a chapter, and then, you know, subscribe and or register to visit that chapter, any chapter in your area, so that you can see what a meeting is all about. If you happen to be here closer in the Houston area, in the Houston, Texas area, where this show is being aired live, you can visit our regional website, which is bnihouston.com. There is a tab on there that says Find a Meeting. After that, there will be another tab that says Chapter Directory. You can tap on that chapter directory, and then you will find the list of all of the chapters in the Houston area. Click on the chapter name, register to visit a chapter. All right, that's what BNI is, and we appreciate you guys tuning in and being here, as we are here every single week promoting our members and their businesses. So with that being said, we have a great list of members that are going to be here talking about their business. So first up, I am extremely proud and happy to have one of my launch directors that just came on board. It's a launch director not long ago. One of the top-selling, top producers in the real estate market, Miss Michelle Briggs. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate being here and having the opportunity to share a little bit about me and my business.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time, because we know that traveling and whatnot, getting here to the show. But you know what? Being able to have this show and being able to promote your business, because it's an added benefit to your membership and here in BNI, it's a great thing, right?
It really is. You know, not only do you have that visibility inside of your chapter and the opportunity to visit other chapters, you have this and the platform to really share who you are. Yeah,
absolutely. So we're going to give you an opportunity to, this is your time to shine, right? So this is what we're here for. So imagine that you are in your chapter meeting. On a weekly basis, we do what we call a commercial, where we get to introduce our business and ask for the business. So right now, you've got a little bit more time, so give us a little bit more of an extended version of your BNI commercial.
Great. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Briggs. I'm a residential realtor with Strata, Texas. We are throughout the metropolitan Houston area. And what makes me different is I have a collaborative approach when working with my sellers. I truly believe that you are, as the seller, you're the expert on your home, in your house. You live there, you know it. I'm the expert in the real estate market. So through our collaboration and through creating that marketing plan and the partnership, we can really create the stories and the plan that sells your home. Now, not only do I have a collaboration with my sellers, I do collaborate with buyers. And we want to know what their dreams are. We want to know what that home is. Home ownership matters.
Yep.
It really does.
Absolutely. So you mentioned the word collaboration twice there with your sellers and your buyers. That is not something that I hear very often. You know, most people are just transactional, right? Most people just want to get the business done and close the business and go on about their business. But, you know, in BNI, we have one of our core values, a universal core value, but you can use it on personal level and business level, building relationships.
It is so important because buying or selling a home at the end of the day is very emotional. And you have to have the trust. I mean, you really want to, I mean, it's like I always say that it would be silly for me to think that you don't know a realtor or anyone that's watching doesn't know one.
Right.
However, I invite them to sit down with me to really see what a collaborative partnership is. And it's taking both of our levels of expertise and creating what that is, the story, the home that they're dreaming of, the pool, you know, the backyard kitchen, whatever that is. And you don't find that. You don't find that.
You know, one of the greatest stories that we can get from our clients, especially in the real estate market, is it is an emotional, transaction. It is an emotional, it's the number, one of the bigger investments that they're going to go through in their life, purchasing their home or selling their home. But let's say for some folks that are looking to buy a home, they want to find that ideal home that has the ideal kitchen, because you have to have the ideal kitchen with the ideal dining room, because you're talking about many family meals, holidays, in fact, right? So tell us a little bit about the collaboration that you go through to build those relationships with your clients. What else can a client expect along with that collaboration?
My gosh. So when we think about, as a listing agent, when we are the ones that have created the partnership to list your home, there are many facets to what you get, right? Not only is it professional pictures, you get a video walkthrough on your home. I personally provide 1 hour service it's so cute because I love her, Day Smith. She's a decorganizer, and I provide that service, so that's nothing out of pocket for the sellers. And there's so many other things that I do provide. Again, this would take a while to go through it. But it's primarily creating that plan of action. And with buyers, it is, again, sitting down with them and what are they dreaming of? What are they wanting? What is their lifestyle? Are they joggers? Do they like to, out to eat, playgrounds, things like that? So at the end, I say that at the end of the day, at me and the knowledge that they have, and truly the sincerity of who they are and honoring them, who they are in a transaction.
Basically, a professional that cares.
Yeah.
It's huge, right? So that's along the lines with the buyers, but with sellers right now, I know that the market is, inventory is kind of low, right? So it's highly important that we also take care of our sellers as well, right? So tell us a little bit about your. Let's go into something else real quick. Your BNI chapter.
Yeah.
How fun has that been for you and your experience with BNI chapter?
I love my partners. We really, truly are family. Every single week, we have an opportunity to listen for the best referral. How do we support their success within the chapter? And it truly is a giver's gain atmosphere, and it's fun. It's 7:30 in the morning, Thursday mornings, every week. We have our one-to-ones, and you cannot help but want to be able to come to that meeting the following week with a referral and a conversation of how they've taken care of a client that you referred to.
And more importantly, a warm referral.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Right?
Very much so.
All right, Michelle. So I want to give you an opportunity to invite all of our viewers to get a hold of you. How do we get a hold of you?
Excellent. Well, thank you for the opportunity. So call me. In real estate, you really don't want to say call me. However, in this opportunity, definitely 713-256-5465. I do invite, I have a Facebook Live that I do every Tuesday, the first, second, and third Tuesday of the month. And all of my social media is Realtor for You, RELTR, the number 4, and the letter U.
That's pretty simple. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for taking the time. It was a blast having you. Thank you for sharing with everyone an amazing realtor, the top producing realtor that you are. We hope to have you here back sometime soon, because this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't get to touch on everything.
Yeah, I know. We'll have more time next time. All right, folks, that's Michelle Briggs. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Thanks.
What is so special about sleeping? It boosts your mental health. It's critical for your immune system, weight management, and fertility, amongst other important aspects of your health. Most people do not know the average person spends a third of their life on a mattress. A hard reality is some people spend roughly 7 years of their lives tossing and turning because their mattress needs replacing, or it's just a low quality mattress, which in turn leads to multiple spine issues and other health problems. Hi, I'm John McCarty with Mattress Firm. Having the exact mattress for you is critical for your overall well-being, and my goal is to help you find the exact mattress that'll increase your quality of life and your loved ones and have a restful night's sleep. Call me at 832-815-8482. I'd love to help.
Folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in. That was Michelle Briggs that was here just a minute ago. And now we have our second guest on here, well, our second and third guest, because they're here together. And we're very excited because they are, powerhouses in their BNI chapters and in their industry as well. So I want to welcome Vicky LeBeau and Brian Altman. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for being here. You can turn a little bit so we can all have a conversation. You can turn towards me so that way we can have a conversation. But anyways, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being here. It's exciting times because this is part of your membership, right? To showcase your business and tell us all about it. So imagine that you're in your BNI chapter and you're doing your 30-second, 60-second commercial, whatever it may be, but give us a little bit more of an extended version because our viewers would like to know a little bit more, and you have a little bit more time. So who would like to go first? Vicky? Ladies first, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, my name's Vicki, and I'm from Texas Last Diet Health and Wellness, located in the Woodlands, right off of Interstate 45. So when you're driving down the interstate, you see a big red hand that says Psychic. I'm located right there.
Okay.
I help folks lose weight and feel better. But what my specialty is diabetes. If you're struggling with getting your sugars under control, I am your girl.
Okay.
So most of the time when people go to the doctor says, oh, you're a diabetic, here you go, and gives you a piece of paper with your medicines on it.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's my job to teach you how to figure that out and handle it.
Yeah. It's something to be said about a physician giving you a little piece of paper that says, go get this medicine, and then some other side effects might happen or whatnot, right? But you guys, with Texas Last Diet, you guys are helping so many people out there in the world. Is it more of on a natural, holistic approach, or how is that? How do you guys do that?
Absolutely. It's all about the food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't get your foods under control, then you just really don't have anything under control. And how I know that is because that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the gym. I worked out like a fiend. I still couldn't lose weight, and nobody could tell me why. The doctor just kept saying, you need to lose weight by eating right or eating less and working out more. And that just doesn't work. So you have to figure out the balance.
Well, it's what we are, what we eat, right? Those type of things. And so, now I have an interesting question because I think both of you can answer, and Brian, maybe you can answer this question. For some of us, even though we are on a meal plan and we're trying to, watch what we eat, and sometimes it is a hard thing to do. How does a client that you guys have, how do they stay engaged? How do they stay motivated to continue with the plan?
Well, I think that Vicki has an incredible program when it comes to the food and the substances that they need to eat. What we do is we bridge their nutritional gaps. So unfortunately, you can't eat enough of the right foods at the right times, right?
Right.
So what we do is we give them what they need when they need it, okay? And we take into account family history, lifestyle, medications, things of that nature. It's individually customized for them. So we complement each other really well. She gives them all the food and everything else, and she's partnered up with us, so she can also add that personalized scenarios to her program.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I know that when you're trying to personalize either a workout regimen or a meal plan and whatnot, everyone's anatomy is different, right? Everybody's body is different. We all react different. I mean, one program cannot work the same for another program, for another person, right? So what steps do you guys take to determine what works?
First of all, we listen to them.
Right.
And find out what they need. If they have problems with sugars and things like that, then we balance their program around the sugars and try to reduce those so they can become more healthy. Once they start feeling better by taking the right supplements, we're able to go ahead and get their minds more clear, because technically when you're hopped up on sugar, you're not thinking straight. And I don't care what anybody says, you go out and you have pizza, beer, and the next day you're not feeling good, right?
Yeah, I can attest to that.
So after those days of pizza and beer or whatever, we're really trying to help you learn how feeling better feels great. And once you start feeling great, most of the time, you want to really kind of choose that over not feeling great most of the time. And that's kind of where I think a lot of people are, especially now today with this COVID stuff. Everybody's been eating crummy for such a long time, they've forgotten what feeling good feels like. So I need to teach them how to eat their vegetables again, how to take good natural supplements. That's what we do at Texas Last Diet.
Well, that's a very it's great to have a system in place that educates us on the reasons why to stay motivated and engaged, to stay with the plan, right? But there are some folks to where, you know, they can't get away from pizza or the beer. So is it okay in your plan, and what you guys have seen, is it okay for one of your clients, for example, to have a cheat day or whatever it is, or do you guys provide a meal that's considered a cheat day?
I'll teach you how to do that.
Okay.
Super easy.
Okay.
So I can teach you how to get past those cheat days, and then also into where you're feeling all good and healthy, and you can go out and have pizza and beer. Because if somebody told me, Vicki, you can't have pizza and beer ever again, I'm not doing that program. And there's no way I would tell you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to make good, healthy choices to get you to that point. I made eggplant on pizza, and it was delicious. Was it pizza? No, but it got me to the next time to when I can really have a good pizza again, right?
Yeah, because a lot of times it's mainly just about satisfying that palate.
Yes.
Right? It's not necessarily what our brains or our actual bodies need, right? So, but for a lot of people, man, that palate is important.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but let's say, for example, lots of people out there, and I'm not trying to knock anyone that likes their meat, you know, either medium rare or rare, but I don't think our bodies were created to produce, to you know, make our bodies go through something like that, to where we put meals in our bodies and the body doesn't know what to do with it.
Right.
Well, what a lot of people forget is that when they're working out, they think that they can go out and eat that donuts and cakes and candies and stuff like that, but that's not the truth, because that's a big huge lie. What happens is that pizza and cake and candies and stuff like that still has to go in your body, still has to digest, and no matter how hard you work out, your body still has to deal with that, and it's still breaking you down and aging you. I can teach you how to only do that once in a while. You're going to get so much more benefit from your workouts like crazy.
Yeah.
They always say you can't out-train a bad diet, right? And that's so true. But here's the thing, there's no perfect people out there, and we're all creatures of habit.
Right.
Right? And there's a reason why this food tastes so good and is so palatable. They spend a lot of money trying to get to that bliss level where it tastes really good, but it's not too much, you know, where you still want to crave it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of where we're at. We're trying to give healthier, alternatives.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you for doing what you do, because it helps our you know, people around the world and people in your local areas be healthier and stay out of the doctor's office, right?
Yes, that's
Be
the
more
goal.
proactive instead of reactive.
Exactly, exactly. So we've got a couple of minutes left, so tell me about your chapter.
My chapter is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're called the Go-Getters. We meet every Wednesday at 7:45, but 8 o'clock is when it starts.
Okay.
So come at 7:45 so we tell jokes. Rebecca is our president. She's fantastic. She's always got some good motivational to keep us going. We really would love it if you came and visit.
Okay.
All you have to do is contact me at Texas Last Diet. I can hook you up with how to get in and come visit.
Okay, wonderful. And Brian, tell me about your chapter.
Actually, yes. So I'm in the Spring Klein chapter. I own the health and wellness chair there, and I've been in about a year. I just re-signed for the next 2 years, so I'm excited. It's been a really great opportunity for me to get the word out to people, to get them healthier. Come and see us on Thursday mornings at 7:30. I know it's early, but you know, at least you can have the rest of the day. But Thursday mornings, Spring Klein chapter, and you can reach me at my email address is just wellness.altman@gmail.com.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. This is something that is we created for you guys, for the members, to come on board and talk about your business and get some local and national, international exposure for your business. So thank you so much for coming on to the show. We appreciate you guys, and we're hoping to see you guys sometime soon again.
Thanks
for having
me.
Appreciate it.
Likewise, thank you for being here. All right, folks, there you have it. We'll be right back. Stay tuned with our next guest.
Okay.
That was
We'll get
fun.
it.
I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
Hey folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in. We are now back with our next guest. I told you guys we would have an excellent panel of BNI members here today to share their story, their business, their products and services. So I am extremely honored to have someone who gave me a really great idea and might have to do because of his name, but Mr. James Idea, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here today.
It's an honor to have you. This is where you get to shine. You get to tell our audience, all about you, your business, your products, your services, and let our viewers know exactly what it is that you do professionally.
Definitely. So again, I'm James Idea. I'm the area director for Club Z Tutoring Services. And what we do is that we connect students with highly qualified instructors who are very passionate about education. So like what really makes us special is that we send certified teachers who will actually go to the homes to help kids with different subject areas, whether it's going to be with reading, with math, physics, chemistry. So whatever subject you can think of, we usually have a tutor who can help them with that.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you for your commercial. So a lot of things happening there. So first and foremost, congratulations on your business. I think you guys are doing an amazing thing because everybody could use a little help, right? And we can all use a little bit of help. Our kids, that are in schools or maybe going off to college or whatnot, need to go and pass an exam or whatnot to get those grades. But give me a little bit of information in regards to the process that you guys go through to hiring those, high qualified teachers to go out and tutor.
Definitely. Well, one of the things that I look for when it comes to an excellent Club Z tutor is, they have experience with children. And so all of our tutors, they have at least 3 to 5 years of experience when it comes to either being in the classroom or working one-to-one with kids.
Okay.
In addition to that, what makes them really great is that they're true experts in the field that they tutor.
Okay.
So whether it's physics or chemistry or calculus, we always have a tutor who can help with that.
So just to make sure that we're clear, could it also be, let's say, your gym teacher that also teaches science and math, or they have to be specialized in one particular subject?
No, they don't necessarily have to have a certification in the area. They need to have experience with it, and they're very confident in being able to deliver that instruction in that area.
Okay. And are you guys providing services, tutoring services, online, virtually, or you mentioned in person a minute ago, right? But are you guys also providing them virtually?
Yeah. So one of the great things about Club Z is that in addition to the in-home services, we're also really good at being able to give like online instruction as well. So whether it's going to be through Zoom or Microsoft Teams or any of your other like online platforms, we have a method for being able to deliver that instruction.
Okay, wonderful. And for those teachers that go out into people's homes to tutor their children. Nowadays, the world has changed a little bit, right? A lot of people are a little iffy about, letting people into their home or whatnot. Right. So to make sure that all of our audience, knows that you guys are taking the proper measures, safety measures and precautions, how are you guys instructing your teachers to, you guys take PPE, equipment, to the homes, or how are you guys doing that?
Yeah, so one of the things we take very seriously is going to be the safety of the tutors, but also the families that we visit. So always going to be like with the social distancing and with the masks, but we followed like the CDC guidelines to ensure that like all parties are safe during the learning process.
Yeah, so that's something that a lot of people want to know, right? I mean, they want to know if all of our us, people that are in business and we're going into either other businesses or people's homes, are we following, the CDC guidelines? Right. Are we, taking the proper, measures to make sure that all of our equipment that we need to over at Club Z to tutor our students, are they all sanitized and things like that? So I wanted to bring that out because so our audience can see that you guys are, going above and beyond to make sure that you're following those guidelines. So tell me a little bit about, aside from, Club Z and tutoring, I mean, there's tons of tutoring services out there, right? There's got to be like either in your business vision or mission, there's got to be something that sets you apart from everybody else. What would that be?
Yeah, so one of the things that really definitely sets us apart is that the tutors that we use, they're always trained by a highly qualified teacher. So for me, myself, I'm a certified teacher and a certified instructor. So they're getting specific instruction in the different methodologies for how we can create like a quality service when it comes to educational instruction.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for providing us some information on your business and your services. That is amazing. Thank you for what you do. There are tons of kids out there that need some tutoring, and being able to provide those services, that's amazing. But let's jump into a different subject now. Tell me about your BNI chapter.
Yeah, BNI First Colony, it's a wonderful chapter. And what I would say is that like they exemplify what it means when it comes to the giver's gain philosophy. Right. Because we're always looking out for each other, and that we serve as an extended sales force, for our team members. So we're always looking for ways to grow each other's businesses. And also the camaraderie that we have in our chapter is what really makes it stands out. And it's a joy to be there every Wednesday.
Yeah, it's every Wednesday at what time? Yeah,
so it's every Wednesday at 7 in the morning through Zoom. And so we talk about our businesses and like ways that we can refer to each other.
Yeah, and one of those key elements there is being able to ask for some business, right?
Exactly.
So First Colony, I don't know if you know this or not, but First Colony, did you know that that was one of the first chapters ever built here in the city of Houston?
I did not realize that, actually, no.
Yeah, I believe it's one of the top 5 or one of the top 10, chapters that was built here in the city of Houston. Yeah. Amazing chapter. I've heard nothing but amazing things about him. So if our viewers want or live around the area of, First Colony, how can they get an invitation to visit you? I mean, can you provide us with your contact information so that they can contact you about Club Z and some potential business there, and then also contact you to send them an invitation to visit your chapter?
Yeah, so we encourage everyone to look at our website. So it's going to be at www.clubztutoring.com. Because it has like an abundance of resources, and it has my contact information over there, to where we can set up a one-to-one consultation to discuss the details of like a unique instructional plan for their kids.
Okay, wonderful. And I just want to ask you one more thing in regards to your business that kind of dawned on me. Yes. Does Club Z provide your clients with either a one-time tutoring service, or do you guys provide like a package? They, different packages, different levels that you can provide?
So with Club Z Tutoring, we're a month-to-month service, and so like we can adjust it based on the unique needs of the student. So which means that if they wanted to do something like maybe 10 hours to 12 hours of tutoring per month, we can do that. Okay. But the beauty of it too is that once we get to the next month, if they want to adjust it, they have that flexibility, and that's something that parents really love about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's something important to point out, because a lot of people don't know whether they're going to get locked into like a quarterly contract or a monthly or a yearly contract, contract or something like that. So I wanted to ask you about that. Sure. All right. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for providing us your information about the show. Unless there's anything very quickly that you want to add in regards to your business.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate everything that BNI has done for me, because it's helped me to just grow my business. But it's just like with the giver's gain of philosophy, it's been like such a huge part of my business, and I look forward to continued collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, I think the BNI philosophy with the number one core value is giver's gain, which basically, I've always asked this question, is like, who are we if we're not of service to others?
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So thank you again for being on the show. We certainly do appreciate you. And we hope to see you again on the show so we can talk a little bit more about Club Z and what great things you guys are doing.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Likewise. Thank you for being here. All right, folks, there you have it. We have one more guest that's going to be coming on board here just a minute. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
I just look at you, right?
Hey, folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in. We're happy that you're here, and we're happy, excited, elated to have our next guest, who happens to be a very good friend of mine and an ex-BNI fellow chapter member over at the Heights of Professionalism when we were members there. It's an honor to introduce Mr. Austin Tennett. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Rick, it's good to be here, and thank you so much for elevating me to a good friend. I'm honored.
Well, you and I have seen each other around the BNI world for a couple of years, or maybe a few years, and we've actually shared quite a few stories, and we were members of the same chapter.
That is correct.
That's for a little while. So that's the reason why we're good friends.
Absolutely. And I think they miss us. Would you agree?
I totally agree. All right, but Austin, this is a show that we created, for all of the members, to come on the show and talk about their business, get some exposure on live TV. So this right here is your time to shine, my friend. This is where you get to do an extended version of your weekly, chapter commercial.
Wishes do come true, huh, Rick?
Wishes do come true. So tell us all about you, your company, your services, products, everything.
Good. So let's start with the company. So Rick, you talk to a lot of business owners throughout the course of a week and a month, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And remember, when you ask them a question, you say, "Hey, how's the business going?" Mm-hmm. And then they'll typically will give you a question like, "Everything would be better if I could just dot. And typically that is some form of either better financial results, better teams, maybe creating some options for their organization. Maybe they want to sell out, maybe they want to shift their responsibility as it relates to the business. So I as a business coach, that's the chair I hold in my BNI chapter, I help them with that, help them work through what the dot means so they can have a business that works for them as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, and your company name is Focal Point Coaching?
Point Coaching and Training, concept started by Brian Tracy. That name resonates more with the baby boomers, but he's written about 80 books, probably one of the early guys to the space in regards to performance improvement, small business development, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So Austin, why is it important for a business owner, either a new business owner or a tenured business owner that's been in business for many years, why is it important for every business owner to have a business coach?
So I'm going to quote the patron saint of coaching, Bill Gates.
Okay.
Not that long ago, Bill Gates said everybody needs a coach. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs somebody to help them, hold them accountable, help them look at problems, situations, opportunities from different angles, and most importantly, somebody to challenge their thinking. Mm-hmm. And so if you think about our journey, whether it be as business owners, whether it be in our career, even in our relationships that we have, how cool would it be to have somebody that's to say, hey, have you thought about this, or have you thought about that? So I'm having some unbelievable success right now with a few folks that are, a couple folks are starting businesses, and then a couple folks are sort of reshifting, changing gears, if you will. And the ability to just to ask them questions and just encourage them to think a little bit differently about the path or journey that's ahead of them. So really important.
Yeah, it's very important because, we have tons of business owners out there in the world that are what we call solopreneurs.
That's correct.
That don't believe that they need a coach. They know it all, right?
Yes.
But they may be struggling in some areas that they may not be ready to admit to until they have a conversation with someone that makes them say, oh yeah, about that.
That is so true because not sure if you saw I know we're linked in together, but I just recently completed a series with Mattress Mac. It was the Houston Community College Mattress Mac School of Selling.
Okay.
6 workshops. We had 2,400 people register. We had 1,200 attendees, co-led it with another colleague. And our final session was, what do you do once you know everything? So to your point. And so the thing that was amazing was some of the comments that came back. So 70% of the people that attended were business owners who were looking to sharpen their skills. But as we saw some of the comments in the chat room and some of the feedback, it was clear that they didn't need to sharpen their skills in this particular area. They needed to develop some skills
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
in this area. And so that applies to obviously other aspects of their business as well.
Yeah. I always say, and I like to, I'm sure you're familiar with Stephen Covey's, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Very familiar, absolutely.
Habit number 7, sharpening the saw, right?
Sharpen the saw, absolutely.
You have to continue to sharpen the saw. And it doesn't matter how well educated or how successful you are in business. And yes, if you're listening, that's probably you. You're very successful, but we can always use someone to talk to.
I couldn't agree with that more. So I early on when I'm having conversations with clients or potential clients, I love to share. I says, look, despite my boyish, charming, young, good looks, been out of college almost 40 years now, right?
Okay.
A lot of great corporate successes, but I still have lots to learn. I have 2 or 3 coaches inside my coaching organization that hold me accountable, and as importantly, they are my sounding boards because we all need that shoulder, back to your earlier point, shoulder or just somebody to bounce ideas off, just to make sure we're thinking about things correctly, or there are other ways to look at things. So
Yeah,
yes.
so all of that comes back to a couple of BNI core values. One, lifelong learning.
Absolutely.
We have to be open to someone coming in and saying, hey, you're doing great, but I just wanted to point out some of these things that, might be beneficial to you. And then the other core value that stands out is traditions plus innovations. If we're not open to those things, to lifelong learning, and we can still keep some of those traditions just because we are who we are. We love traditions, right?
Correct, absolutely.
But we have to be open to innovating the way we go about operating our businesses.
Did you sit through my Mattress Mac school? Because those are exactly the things that we were covering, particularly in that last session about, what do you do once you know everything? You go back, start all over again, and you innovate.
Yeah.
Because our competition, technology, trends in the market, none of that's standing still. So if we're not moving forward, attempting to stay up to speed, with all that's going on, we're going to get left behind.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we can always go back to the drawing board and, innovate things, but sometimes it's not necessarily that we need to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes we can still continue to do business, but we just need to pivot in the direction that we were going and head into a different direction, right?
Right. So to your point, it doesn't always have to be huge strategic changes. It can be little small things, as we talked about in the sales course. Things like regularly following up with people that you've met in the last 90 days, right? Oh, yeah, that is an opportunity for me also. So it can be things just as small as that.
Yeah.
And this is the power of a coach or somebody to hold you accountable and say, where are you on that? Every 30 days, are you sitting down, taking out your list of prospects and working through that to make sure that you've kept the promise that you've made to your audience. Yeah. And that becomes part of our personal brand as well.
Okay, wonderful. Hey, we can talk about business all day long.
We could.
We can talk about education all day long. Right now, I'd like for you to tell me and your audience about your chapter, your BNI chapter.
Yeah, so good. As you know, before we got started, we were talking a little bit about that. Ours is one of the newer chapters. Cypress referral firms, been in place about 18 months now, and just having a good time. I joined them. I took a year off from BNI after you and I were together. Took a year off, then rejoined this firm back October of last year, 2020, and just having a great time. We're learning together. We're doing some great things together. Unfortunately, all chapters impacted by COVID, but as we're starting to come out of it, we've got a couple of great sort of event planners that are putting together a number of great activities, so happy hours and some breakfasts, so we're having an opportunity, not weekly, but every other week getting together and sort of collaborating with one another. Have a very strong real estate sort of informal power team that's just doing some really great things as well.
Yeah, and you guys have a great chapter, because I've heard nothing but great things about the Cypress referral firm. You've had a few friends over there that I know, Julia Fuentes and Rocky Martinez.
I'm telling you, pillars of the chapter.
I'm telling you, and
I'm not sure how I made it in, but Rick, thanks for putting in a good word in for me.
No worries, but I'm a little surprised that Mr. Rocky Martinez, if you're listening, or Julia Fuentes, if you guys have not been on the show, I have no idea why, but you guys need to come to the show.
You got to be kidding. They're missing out this great opportunity.
They're missing this great opportunity, so you need to tell them when you get back to your chapter.
I'll be sure and do that.
All right, Austin, it's a great pleasure to have you here, but before we go, let's give our audience some information of how they can get in touch with you so that you can help them propel to the next level in their business.
I'm happy to do that. So my easiest way is phone number 281-814-3745. Or if you, I'm on all over LinkedIn, so Austin Tennette, Tenette. There's two of us out there. There's this really good-looking young guy that happens to be my son, but I do look a few years older than him.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn is a great way, and of course through the chapter, if you just Google Cypress Referral Firm and my name, Austin Tennette, I'll come up.
All right, wonderful. Well, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking the time to come out here and take advantage of, this opportunity to showcase your business and your services and products. So it's a great opportunity to do so. I'm really hoping that you sign up again to come back, because I would really continue. I have some additional questions that I would love to talk to you about on the show, so that all of our audience can, get a little more education when it comes to business. So look forward to having you again sometime in the future.
Okay, Rick, it's been a pleasure. And as I do a lot of public speaking, and I always tell my people, I've never met a microphone that I didn't like. So I'd be happy to come back.
All right, well, we appreciate you. All right, folks, there you have it, Mr. Austin Tennette, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
Hi, this is Amy Gerard, Realtor with the Jorgensen Group. Buying or selling a property is an important step that will impact your life and the life of your loved ones. Did you know that having an experienced realtor at your side ensures more money in your pocket when buying or selling a property? In fact, the National Association of Realtors found consumers who did real estate transactions without a realtor by their side left money on the table. When selling, I perform a thorough market analysis to arrive at a price and marketing plan tailored to your needs. We recommend and help coordinate renovations, include a staging consultation, high-end signage, and the sharpest professional photography. Our dedicated marketing department makes your property shine to bring you the best and highest offers quickly. For buyers, I am actively adding to my list of new construction and off-market properties. We are up to date on the market trends and the industry standards to advise you on a competitive offer to help you snag your dream home. If you want to buy or sell a property, call me for a no-pressure consultation. I have the right team and strong know-how to navigate your transaction with ease.
Hey folks, we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in, and we are here with another guest, another BNI member that's going to showcase their business here with us. And I'm hoping that I do not butcher the last name, but I'm going to give it my very best shot. And we have Mr. Chris Barcombe.
That's correct.
All right, I get a cookie for that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the show, and welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm really excited be here. Thanks so much.
It's an exciting time. I think this is your first time being here on the show.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Congratulations for being here and being live on TV. So nothing wrong with that.
A lot of
right?
fun.
Yeah. So this is where you get to shine. We let our members, come onto the show, get some additional exposure. It's not just your chapter meetings every week or your one-to-ones, but this is a live TV show where you get to shine. This is where you get to do an extended version of your BNI commercial, and tell our audience all about you, your business, your products, your services. So take it away.
All right, thanks so much. Well, I'm Chris. I am the owner of 5-Star Painting of Katy and 5-Star Painting of Sugarland. And we focus mainly on residential repainting and repairs. We also do some commercial stuff where we do some light tenant improvements and basically have a lot of fun helping people sort of envision what they want to put up with regards to color and design, and then delivering that service for them. So it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. And just a little while ago, while we were in a commercial break, you and I were talking, but you have a different background.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. So I spent 21 years in the Navy. I was a Navy pilot and flew helicopters. And quite frankly, it was one of those jobs that you would be flying around some days and you just have this huge grin on your face and going, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this, right?
Yeah.
So, when you think about, Top Gun movies, stuff like that, I mean, there's more to it than that, obviously, right?
Obviously, yeah.
So I was really fortunate to be engaged, though, in a part of naval aviation in which we helped a lot of people. Helicopters are big, giant buses, basically. So I've really been involved in some cool stuff, from hurricane, disaster relief during Hurricane Katrina,
right.
Nicaragua. I mean, all over the world, we've done these really fun and great things, right? So I retired after 21 years, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm like, suddenly I have to grow up and be a normal guy, right?
You're not getting paid to fly anymore.
Right, exactly. So I did some consulting work in the oil and gas industry. It's wonderful here in Houston for that, but I wasn't having the fun that I was having, right? And a great friend of mine, who I'd flown with in the Navy, he was in business for himself, and he said, "Have you ever, thought about being your own business owner and operator?" I said, no, I don't even know what P&L stands for. I don't have that capability, right?
Yeah.
So we sat down, we talked, and we looked at it. And I've always been intrigued with and involved with remodeling.
Okay.
And I needed to do something that made it possible for me to transition from being in the military to actually being able to operate a business and deliver those services at a high quality level. And so painting became readily apparent after I started looking at different concepts.
Okay.
And so here I am, almost 7 years later.
7 years later, wow! Congratulations.
Thank you.
And needless to say, thank you for your service. Thank you for
I
the
appreciate
amazing
it. Thank
things
you.
that you've done. But yeah, it was one of the things that I was going to ask in regards to what you've learned in the Navy. How do you apply some of those lifelong lessons into your business now with 5-Star Painting?
That's a great question. So, everything in the military is built on processes and policies, right? And a system of doing things, because when things become challenging, we as humans tend to default to our own human factors, and then that leads to problems because you don't really know what the outcome of a human's efforts are going to be.
Right.
So, but if you can clearly define a way of doing things that has a measured outcome, then your success goes high. It's a more predictable way of doing business.
Right.
So one of the things that we've, I think, done really well is we have created a system of literally from the moment we connect with the client to the moment that we shake hands with them and we're walking out the door, to ensure their happiness, right? It's sort of an odd thing to say, but clients aren't looking for a great paint job. They expect it, right? That's the outcome of your efforts. But it's the steps, A through Z, that get you to that point. And if you don't have a great system, then you're not going to deliver a great paint job. So having learned all of that in the military, it was pretty easy for us to develop these great systems so that not only is it usable by one person, it's usable by our entire team. Right. So it's a scalable process. So
I am a very big fan of policies and procedures and systems, because if we don't have those in place, then you really don't know what you're doing. Your employees do not know what they're doing, and your clients do not know what you're doing.
That's a great point.
Right.
Right. And really, ultimately, our clients are our focus, right? We want to be servant leaders to them. We want to deliver great service, and we want to deliver a great outcome, right?
Yep.
So by defining how we're going to interact with them, how we're going to communicate, how we're going to deliver our service, the products and vendors that we use, it all gets rolled up into this wonderful experience for them.
It's an amazing experience to be able to have that background and be able to put it together.
I'm really lucky.
Yeah, because I've met many business owners out there in the world. As you can imagine, we talk to a lot of business owners, and they just go and open up a storefront, and they have no idea what to do next.
Well, I commend them though for even being bold enough, to go out there and do that. And that's why I really think I'm fortunate that I had this opportunity to learn how to sort of do that, because I will tell you this, there's still an enormous learning curve. Right. There's so much that I still am learning and that we're
all learning,
working on.
On a daily basis. And we have to be open to that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And so tell me a little bit about 5-Star Painting. I know that you've been in business for yourself for about 7 years, but their 5-Star Painting goes beyond that, right?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, we're a nationwide brand.
Okay.
All right. We're headquartered in Waco, Texas, and we have this amazing team of people there that helps us develop our processes and creates our image, our brand, et cetera, right? We live by a pretty strict code of ethics, right? And we have some really wonderful, rules that we live by. My favorite though is have fun in the process. It's our very last process, right? And so 5-Star Painting isn't just a brand then. It's an ethos. It's what we want to appear to our clients and to our community, right? And then that's the other part of 5-Star Painting is how do you contribute to your community, right? So one of the things we focus on is Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we love to be a part of their projects, right? And then 5-Star Painting in and of itself, when we're delivering services to people, we don't see ourselves as a painting company, but a solutions provider.
Right.
So oftentimes clients have, especially in the areas that we work in, they have older homes and they need some significant repairs or other work. So we are able to basically provide a consultative approach to them for the type of products that are going to most benefit them for their budget and the type of work that we're getting done. So it's really more of an organic, holistic approach to solution providing in the remodeling space.
And it's something huge that goes with that is that the client feels like someone is listening to them.
Yes.
It's not just about the transaction. You're actually listening to your clients.
Yeah, and I tell you, I think that's the key is a lot of times clients have some perspective of what they want to achieve. And with the internet, it's very easy to learn, right? But they still don't understand, like we were talking about, those steps A through Z, right? So if you can come in and show them how their vision can be achieved using this process, right, it puts them at ease. So then we're off to the races, pretty quickly.
Absolutely. So a little while ago, you mentioned residential and commercial remodeling and painting. Right. What area, a town, or do you guys go everywhere? Or how does that work?
We like to stay focused in some specific areas because we understand the architecture and the type of vendors and the supplies that are available. So we basically work, west of 6. Sort of that just on the fringe of, Harris County, West Houston, into Katy, all the way out literally to Sealy, up to Brookshire, Pattison area. So basically all of Katy down to Richmond and Rosenberg. And then we work all over Sugar Land in Missouri City, right? So those are our areas of expertise.
You got quite a bit of a range there. You got a big area to cover.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. So tell me about your staff. I mean, you guys are, fully equipped with a full staff.
Absolutely. So we have a production manager, Joseph Bodine. He's been in the construction world for his whole life. This guy's phenomenal. And Joseph actually started off with us as a carpenter. And we recognized pretty quickly that Joseph had this sort of innate ability to connect with clients. And really, again, it's about customer service. So the carpentry was expected. But we recognized Joseph had this amazing ability just to connect, understand, and how to deal with clients, right, and talk with them. So we made him our production manager. And this is basically the general manager of operations, right? So he handles all of our scheduling. He is looking at crew completion rates. what things we need to do to get jobs done. And then he has this amazing background, and experience that if we run into a challenge, he knows how to overcome it, right? And then we have 3 full-time estimators. So we have Lisa Jane Doucette, we have Lisa Watson, and Nisha Gobin. So Lisa Jane is a certified color consultant.
Okay.
So she brings this unbelievable skill set.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Because what's the biggest challenge? What colors do I pick, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're going to handle the painting part, but most people want to know what it's going to look like.
And they're educated on what's trending.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, and LJ, man, she's beautiful about that. And then Lisa Watson, interior designer.
Wow.
So she can look at your furnishings, she can look at your floors, everything that you've got going on, and she can recommend, paints for your lifestyle. And then Nisha is just this super enthusiastic, focused on you estimator, where she's listening to your needs, and she's a mom, and she's, moms juggle 100 things throughout the day, right? So Nisha applies those amazing skills to be able to look at those challenges that a client is dealing with, and she puts them together, and she lays out a program for them.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your business,
Thank you.
on 5-Star Painting. It's an amazing,
I appreciate that.
Amazing business.
Thank you.
Now, tell me a little bit about your chapter.
So BNI chapter, Katie. So these are truly some of the most amazing people that I have ever been around, right?
Okay.
And it's one of those things where, you've heard the term, if you want to be a millionaire, hanging out with millionaires. Right. So hang out with 5 millionaires, you'll become the 6th, right?
Exactly.
So hang out with 58 people that are amazing entrepreneurs, business owners, and you'll become as amazing and successful as them, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the influence that these wonderful folks have on me.
Yeah.
I struggle with networking and relationship building. Like on the surface, I seem like this, happy, outgoing guy, man. It's my defense mechanism, really. Right. So being around people, though, that are truly interested in your success, and the big part is they're givers, it opens you up to want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So love these guys.
Christina Long, one of your chapter members.
Yes.
One of the things that she said when she joined BNI Katie was the first thing that got her attention was that the first thing they asked her was like, how can we help you?
Yeah.
And that's what, BNI
exactly
members
right.
are all about, helping each other.
So Dave Barker was our former vice president. I painted his house.
Okay.
And really, great job. We actually introduced a brand new product. We were the first ones in this area to use it. And so I talked to Dave and his wife, and I'm like, hey, I want to try this product out on your house. And, we knocked it out of the park. I had no idea, though, he was affiliated with BNI, right?
Yeah.
And so he comes to me afterwards, and he goes, hey, we would like to invite you to join our chapter. I was almost overwhelmed. I was nervous, right? I'm going, I just worked for this guy. We had a great outcome, but man, now I'm going to have to step up, right? And but his very first question was, how can we help you with your business?
Yeah.
Completely put me at ease, man.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
You.
We certainly do appreciate you being here and providing us with information about your business and your chapter. Just very quickly before we go, our audience would like to know how to get a hold of Chris Barcombe with 5-Star Painting.
Yeah, I still own and operate the company personally, so call me directly, 281-505-7141. And you can always call our office at 866-965-STAR.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for being
you.
on the show. We certainly do appreciate you. And hopefully you'll sign up and you'll be back on the show. We'll definitely
Without
like to hear more.
question, I loved this. Thank you very
All right,
much, man.
you're very welcome. All right, folks, there you have it. That is today's show. This is BNI Now, and I am your host, Rick Gutierrez. I'm the Managing Launch Director for BNI Global. It's been an exciting day to be here with all of the chapter members, and we cannot wait until next week when you'll have my co-host, Mr. Alberto Tudela, with additional BNI members showcasing their business. Until next time, take care. We'll see you soon.